Good afternoon, everybody. How you're doing? Hope you're doing well. Well, morning, evening, whatever you're at. Cheers. Alright, let me fix this camera up. I do it every day. I have to fix this blooming camera up. Don't know why. Oh, that's a bit better there, but let's see. Man, g'day, Causey. How are you, mate? Camera, there we go. Move that over a bit. Configure video. I just need to pan down a bit more. Normally do it by hand, but let's see which way we go here. No, not pan, tilt. Actually. Down. What? Heck? What the? Not that way, that way. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Yeah, I'm alright, mate. Oh, I think that's better. I've changed the light location. It's now behind the camera, as suggested by Mr. Patrio in my Discord. So I'm going to give that a go. The only problem is I haven't got easy access to the control of it. Unless it's behind my main screen. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. It's quite dark outside. That's why you can probably see why it's pretty dark in here. So I might need to turn the light up maybe a little bit. But if it stays like this, we should be all good. I'll wait until I have my break and maybe just do it then, so you're not watching me reach over to the other side of my screen there. Don't know why I had to change the pan. I normally have to change the right and left, but that's been fine lately. I moved it yesterday. I had to move the camera down, but the camera itself instead of using the controls. But I just looked at it and went, okay, I might as well use the controls, and hopefully it stays there. We have to wait and see. Anyway, what's been going on as of yesterday when we did our last week's ATS stream yesterday? We ended up with $163,073, 25 garages with 125 trucks. So we're not that far ahead on ATS compared to ETS. So we should take over today, but by how much? And then, of course, tomorrow we've got ATS, and we'll see who's the winner at the end of that. And then next week, we've got Convy mode. Just a reminder, I've put a little announcement in Discord just before we started. So, yes, Convy mode. If you want to come along to that, you're quite welcome, as long as you're over the age of 16 and not an idiot. Also, access to, headphones at least, so you can hear instructions. So you can voice chat with us. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. That's fine. Don't have to. But it just makes it easier if you have listen to instructions for all of us. And that'll be great. So go check my schedule page out. Check your local times for when that's happening. It's the same days at times like this. This week, next week will be the ETS convoy mode starting at the same time, and then ATS. And if you want to come to either one, join either one or both, you're more than welcome. Just DM me, let me know, and I'll give you access if you're first time joining to the appropriate channels. And also they'll have the link to a mod you'll need, which is the season mod, which we'll be using the late autumn one. So yeah, if you want to find a link to my Discord, Discord into chat, and that'll give you a link. Anyway, let's get on with it, eh? We've done all the admin work. Paperwork's done. Dotted the I's and crossed the T's and all that kind of stuff. Now we need to find a delivery. That's right. We're starting from here. So we've got to find our new, which is that one there. A new company. There it is. And it's, right, no voting today. That's the one we've got. That's the one we're doing. Into Syria, by the looks of it. Well, that was nice and easy. What's with the dollar sign? Thank you, Causey, for putting that into chat. Oh, yeah. I'm playing a little bit of farming sim earlier today. So I pressed the wrong button to start the truck up. I think we can... Oh yeah, I know this one. We can drive around. Right, let's see if we have any game crashes or anything today, eh? I verified the files. Oh, by the way, that DB creation thing, I said I was going to give you a link to the AI I use. I was thinking that was a normal one. The one I was talking about was the one you said, Causey, that you didn't like. And fair enough, I also noticed it hasn't been supported for a very long time, so I'm scrapping that one. Where this one I'm currently using is supported, and this is the one that needs the launch option. You put it into Steam. So, which I did, which I knew it was, but I was reading the wrong one. The DB Creation AI mod is the one that you change the config file. So, hopefully the verifying the files, because I couldn't remember what the original code was for it. So hopefully verifying the files, fix that, and then I'll just put the launch option code in. Means your Discord is money. Is he going to let me in? I haven't heard a bang yet, so yeah, I think he is. I'm going to go through the red light. I just want to get in front, that's all. It was a calculated risk. Well, it wasn't a calculated risk, it was just a management decision. Right, our first delivery for this company.
It's all over now.
So hopefully the lighting's all good and everything.
Ready to roll.
But like I said, I will, when I go take my break, I might turn the light up a bit. And I need to move my mic. It feels a little too close to my wheel, and I feel like I'm going to hit it. That's better. I feel a little more freer. Right, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm pretty much all on the weekend now, so hope you go and enjoy it. Especially you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, halfway through your seasons and heading into the shorter days and colder days. It does look a bit dark. Alright, I'll try and, where is it? Let's see if I can't reach it. I'll just mute for a second, probably knock my coffee over and everything else. I'll pop it up a bit. Oh, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Does to me. Sorry about the close-up. With my face, give you nightmares. You probably need counselling and all that kind of stuff. I would pay for it for you, but I've got no money, so yeah, try and get blood out of stone from me.
Turn left.
I'm just hoping it doesn't irritate me like it did yesterday. Didn't sleep well last night at all.
Keep left and then turn left.
I haven't opened up my pedals yet because I've asked my mum if she's got electrical tape, and I would also prefer to use a screwdriver that's magnetic and a little bit longer, because the screws are actually quite deep in, and With the one I've got, I can do it. It's just a pain in the backside to do it. As well as the fact there was a couple of screws that are in a really awkward place. They're actually underneath the little thing you pop open. It uses to grip onto the carpet to stop your pedals from moving. And though getting them out was easy, just unscrew them, tip it upside down, and eventually come out. But getting them back in, I couldn't do it. So they're around here somewhere. I did decide to keep them, but such a long time ago, I wouldn't have a clue where they are. But yeah, I do think that is the issue. I do think it's those exposed wires from the brake and the accelerator touching. Hence the reason why I touched the brake. Well, I touched the accelerator and the brake comes on, as we found out yesterday. Though, technically, I should have actually done something about it when I first saw it. Sent it back to them and say, hey, this can't be right. Fix it for me. But I didn't. Okay, this is a longer trip than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, we got it straight away. The funny thing is, though, yesterday I was playing Farming Sim for a couple hours. Today I was playing Farming Sim. Well, I got on it after breakfast and I turned it off about half an hour before I started well, before I went live, but I mean, admittedly, I had cosplay doing all that, and while I was doing harvesting some fields, I was running around doing my pre-stream ritual. But yesterday and today, no. Hey, come on, let's do the zip thing, not the Velcro thing. Good lad. Yeah, in Farming Sim, it wasn't doing it. And it does do it in Farming Sim. It has done it in Farming Sim. I know when it sticks. It's not so easy to notice as it is with the trucking sims when the accelerator sticks, but the biggest clue is when I put cruise control on and cruise control struggles to move. It'll start out like, you know, jerky a little bit, and then I know that, oh, I gotta hit the accelerator pedal, and then away it goes. How many gears have we got in this? Well, we've got a 14 gear, 16 gears, isn't it? No, 14, okay. So rereading the AI mod yesterday, or today actually, both, last night and today. But anyway, I noticed last night I was reading through it again, and I actually read it this time and I forgot about it. But it was saying about known issues. One of them, is, you'll be familiar with, Causey, is the trucks not deciding which lane to be in. That is actually a bug, because we were discussing it, and I wasn't sure if it was the problem with the mod, but the modder does mention that that's actually a issue with SES.
Exit now.
Not with his mod, as well as some issues with cars coming onto motorways and freeways and interstates and all that, and that's something to do with the prefabs. So it's also a bug part of the game. Something to do with part of the game, not with the mod. And there was one other which I can't remember. Not doing the speed limit, I think he mentioned that.
Keep right.
Why is it? What is going on? Oh, I'd like to know. There's some weird things happening. I actually started the game and went, oh, that's right, I want to verify the files, and I closed the game out and it got rid of my main screen. Ended up on the second screen, and I couldn't, initially I had to restart the computer for it to come back up. And now what I've noticed, which I've got to fix right now, is to sort out my chat overlay in Streamlabs, because I've done this already and it's gone back to the original. Right, that's better. So I'm guessing you said, yeah, you saw that with the, on the mod itself, what I was talking about that, Causey. There was an update for Streamlabs yesterday, so maybe it had something to do with that. Reset and stuff. Also told me I had to log in, get extra permissions I didn't have for Twitch, so anyway. But there has been something wrong with Streamlabs, which I noticed yesterday it stopped doing, is every time I closed Streamlabs down it crashed it. So I was a good little boy and sent the crash report to them. And they've obviously fixed it because it didn't do that yesterday, which was good. I'm guessing their previous version wasn't stable and they had to do a complete overhaul with it, and maybe that's the reason why I had to redo my chat options there. Almost got enough for another truck. I think that light's perfect at the moment. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen when it gets a bit darker. It's supposed to be raining today, hasn't it? It's just been cloudy all day thus far, which is good. I was able to open up the windows and stuff. Not much, as much moisture and water on the windows. Also, apparently today is the record high for this day. Balmy 16 degrees, which is actually high for this time of the year.
Turn left.
Normally we wouldn't hit double figures at this time of the year, or just hit them 10, maybe 11 degrees. Sort of pushed in and slightly pushed myself into that lane, didn't I? Only slightly.
Turn right.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I'm all flustered for some reason because I suppose I was rushing to get the stream going, so I need to settle down. It's not the best way to be when you got to keep an eye on what you're doing, talk to you guys, check that. Oh, is this the one we had a problem with last time? It's not, is it? Well, maybe it is actually. I think this is. I think this is the very one that I stopped at too. Okay. But I think this is actually one where, if you guys were here, you might remember. For those who weren't, I'll explain it to you. I came here, I hit the button, the thing went up, but we didn't get it checking documents or anything like that. And I came out here. Actually, I was in the other lane, and right here there was an invisible barrier because it didn't process that properly, and I had to reload the game, or I turned around and went back through in another booth, and then we came through fine. I'm pretty sure that's the one where it happened. My lights on? My lights aren't on, are they? Oh yeah, they are. Oh, there's the light switch there. 0. Park. It missed an icon. Have I got high beams on? Yep. I just don't apparently have anything on the dashboard to let me know that. Alright, where's my coffee? While I'm waiting for them to check my passport. Oh, did someone come back and cost me money? Because that money's dropped. It was at 149. Oh, hang on. I was just thinking I just went through toll booths. No, I went through border control, didn't I?
Get ready to turn left.
Why is that dash so dark? It seems a lot darker than it used to be. I can't see anything. Oh, we turned it down, didn't we? Because I was struggling to see the GPS. It was a little too bright. I might put it back up because we won't need it now. I'm going to keep the other one up because of how quickly we're making money. So we know as soon as we've got enough to buy a truck, we buy the truck and get it out on the road. Speaking of which, out on the road. Now which one is it again? It's this one, isn't it? Notice how they're at the top here, where the ATS we got with the Volvos are down the bottom. It's reversed for some reason. It's definitely that one, isn't it? Yeah, because that's direct. Yeah, no, we've got the right one. And it goes somewhere. There? No, there. Only one more to go. And we need a trailer, which I think we're buying one of the Crones or the whatever ones, aren't we? I think. Hire driver. We definitely... Was it female or male? Oh, yeah, no. I've forgotten to take notice whether we needed a female or a male. Mike, hey buddy. Yeah, I don't get that, eh? People watching people sleep and all that kind of stuff. Each to their own, I suppose. How are you, mate? You all good? The screen is really dark. You know, I've got a sinking suspicion my video card's going, actually. Which would be fine. I got my old one sitting there just in case. I kept it just in case something like that would happen. And it's still under warranty.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
Also, almost did something silly yesterday and almost carried into today. Took myself out of it. I've always wanted another screen, right? I always wanted another screen. So I could have 3. Why would you sleep? You kill yourself too. You drown. So really what you're watching is a suicide stream. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, it's not a 4080, mate. It's a 3070 Ti. And not me breaking it. All I do is like the same as everyone else. Use it for graphics. There's not much I can do with it. It's pretty hard to break them. They've got safety features all over them if you try and overclock them, but you got like programs like MSI Afterburner and GPU Tweak. They test its limits of them and keep it there. Obviously, if you do that, overclock them, it does reduce the life of them. Pumping more heat through. But then again, the fans on these are amazing. I hardly hear my fans because they hardly ever go to 100%. They're normally around 50%, if that. And for the most part, they're not even working because it doesn't get hot enough. Yeah, well, it was because, yeah. It was a shortage and everything. It was because of the old, bit mining, whatever it was. Bitcoin mining. Created a shortage. I got mine, but mine I got for under that. And I'm guessing you're saying 2,000 in US dollars. Some, yeah. Mine wasn't 2,000 New Zealand dollars, but it was when I first looked at them and was humming and hurrying about getting one. And to when I bought it, because I was waiting for some better ones to come out, the price had gone up
And then exit right.
$500. Because when they came out, they were really cheap. The newer ones are a little more expensive, though, than the 4000 series. But the reason for that is they've gone back to using the chips that they used in the previous ones, which are better chips. The chips in the 30 series were made by Samsung. So it was the first time they got Samsung to do it. And they went back to the original people, because I think they stopped using them because they started saying, well, asking for more money per chip or whatever, and the video went, no stuff, yeah, we'll find someone else, and they did, and I don't think it worked out well for them. And it might be the reason as to why originally when you have a TI, it's sort of closer, like a, say a 1070 Ti or 2070 Ti is closer to the clock speeds and that and performance of a 1080 or a 2080 depending on the series.
Keep left.
Where with my series, the Ti I got, which in fact when I read this I highly regretted buying it, it's only gives me about 13 or 14 more frames FPS, but uses more power to do it, and it's not as close to the 3080s as the old ones were with the 80s and the 70s and stuff like that. It's only marginally better than a 1070, and it's closer to a 1070 as it would have been to actually that makes no sense. It made sense in my head, but now when I'm saying it out loud, don't worry about it. Anyway, don't worry about it. Yeah, there was, and the silicon problem, yeah, there was chips that also did it. No, I forgot about that. Made everything. Get it out, buddy. Yeah, long time no see. How you been, mate? You been all good? We're gonna need to sleep in a second. You keeping yourself well? That's good to hear, mate. Good to hear. Good to see you back, too. Holy heck, we got enough for another truck already. Didn't we just buy one 2 seconds ago? Buy online. Now we've got to figure out that's that one. Purchase, and down there you go. Right, let's get ourselves a female driver. We really need to find more recruitment agencies. No. Well, I mean, oh, it's actually Wilmar, really, isn't it? That's our fault. Right, while we're here, let's figure out how much we need for a trailer. So we're going to end up, we've got 25 garages, haven't we? 25, so we, I'm pretty sure we're going into the Chrome, so that's, we'll double check. So 8, 12, 16, 20, 23, 24, 25, 54,000. I might leave them as is with the Chrome on them. And let's see what we can do with them. Hang on. If we can actually paint them, still have the Chrome on, I'll be alright. Oh, there's customer colors. No, it doesn't. I'll leave them with the Chrome on. So that gives us 55 grand we need. How far? Not far, Mike. Well, actually, we've got this. We're pretty much equal. We now have the same amount of trucks, same garages. And probably get, by the end of this delivery, more money. So we'll see how far ahead we get today with ETS, and then tomorrow we'll see where ATS ends up, and then yeah. And then we'll see who's leading basically for the next 2 weeks, because of course next week, this is the last one with the autumn mod. We'll be going into winter, so next week is the convy modes. I think I need to give my glasses a good clean again. In fact, we might be ahead after a sleep. And it hasn't taken long. How long have we been on for? 38 minutes. Minus the 5 at the beginning. Half an hour. We've already caught up to ATS. So as I said at the end of yesterday, maybe it's the turnaround now. Because we're making so much money, maybe the turnarounds are going to get quicker. Instead of being like one being ahead for a year and then the other one taking over for a year and then the other one coming back for a year and stuff like that. Maybe the lead's going to start swapping a lot quicker because the money's coming in a lot quicker. No, we're still doing the competition. We're still doing it. We're still a long way off. From the end. We've got 25 of the 100 garages we need. So we've got another 75 garages to go, but the thing is, we're basically at the moment buying 2 garages a stream almost. And that's only going to get quicker and quicker. We're going through it so quick, we've changed it from having, every time we buy a new garage we get a new truck. We've actually changed in the new trucks. We had it to 5 every 5 garages because we're buying them pretty quickly, the garages, just so we could spend a bit of time in our new trucks. But we recently had to change it to 10 garages now. So every 10th garage we'll be buying a new truck. And I still think by the time we bought those 10 garages, we spend less time in the new truck than we did when we were doing garage for garage. Because of how quick we're bringing in the money at the moment.
Turn left.
No. It wasn't an issue with the competition. It was just a mental issue I had, and I needed to take. Well, I ended up taking 3 months off to sort of come right again. So that was the reason for that. Otherwise, oh no, the problem. Yeah, no, I know what you mean too, because it was around the same time we were having a problem which we fixed, and that problem was. Whoa. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much, buddy. Even though I'm the one that sort of stuck out. Yeah, I'll explain that now for you. So, I don't know if you remember, with the ETS we had a problem with about 10 workers not working. They were just stuck in their garage not doing anything. I'm going to sneak my way in. No, I just want to get out of here, buddy. I'm a busy man. Let me in. I'm bigger than you. I have the right of way in every intersection because I've got tons and tons of steel coming at you. Yeah, so we had that problem where we had 10 workers and that had been going on for a while, so it wasn't bringing in, all those 10 workers weren't bringing in any money. And I ended up fixing that with... There were 2 garages that were the culprits, and both of them seemed to be on islands with only one or a couple of places where you could get cargo from, so I thought it was that. So what we did is we moved them to another part of the country. One was in Sweden, I think the island above Sweden, so we moved it on to Sweden and that fixed it. And the other one was on the Isle of Man in Great Britain, and we moved it off into the mainland, Great Britain. That seemed to fix it. We didn't have a problem since. Then it happened in American Truck Simulator. The only difference was I noticed it pretty quick. With ETS, didn't know. It had been going on for a long time. I just don't know how long. So it was a lot of money we weren't making. And it was only a couple of the drivers that were causing the issue, and then I thought easy fixed. We'll just move them around or whatever we need to do. It actually ended up lasting for a very, very long time, and it got even more drivers. I sold garages, I sold trucks, I fired and rehired and everything. It was one was in up the top, what's it called again? Not Wyoming. Or was it Wyoming? One in Miami, and then one in Mexico, and then it changed to another one in Mexico, and changed all over the place. It was a problem. And then I had the 3 months off, and I came back and I forgot about it, and I kept going, and it was really frustrating that I couldn't fix this because ATS was losing a lot of money. So I did a bit of research and came across something, a forum and a video, and 2 different ways of fixing this. The video one, I saw it fixed his issue. I tried it, didn't fix mine. The other one was a forum stating that someone had the problem and they sold the trailer and it fixed it, and suggested if you have the problem, sell your trailer in their garage and I'll fix the problem and you can buy another one. So instead what I tried was turning the trailer into private, and it fixed it. So I don't know why that is, Kenneth, why it does that, why it causes that, but that is the reason why our workers weren't going. It was because of a trailer in the garage, and to fix that problem, just make the trailer private. And after that, everything's come together, all the workers are working, all the money's been made and all that, and it's been rather close and yeah, rather good. So, because I really do want, I'm enjoying this competition. I really do want to finish it. I'd love to see who wins. And then I've got plans. We'll have a break from it for a while, and then my plan is to come back and do it again, but completely vanilla, and see if we get the same result. So no map mods, no Jazzy Cat stuff. There will only be sound fixes is the only mod I'll probably use, and that's it. Well, it wasn't that much of a crash, so of course, yeah, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I rewatched yesterday's clip. That the timing is really neat. This scary with all the fire and that. The bridge to hell. But yeah, no, rewatch the time. I didn't realise. I thought I said everything at once. I didn't say, and here we are. And then there was a pause, and then oh, we've made it, and then the game crashed. So, yeah. I'm guessing it's because Twitch has been twitchy, living up to its name again. Oh, I forgot about finding a place to sleep. Oh, here we go. It's too busy chatting away. Let's find a place to sleep. Well, we found a place to sleep. Let's go and sleep, shall we? Oh, we got enough for that trailer too, which is not urgent, as we know. Now I've got to figure it out. 55.
Okay, let's find a new route.
No, let's not. Let's just find a place to sleep, which is where. Come on, GPS. Let me know. That's an interesting setup for that, isn't it? Not much room to maneuver into here. Oh, don't tell me it's one of these ones. That's right. We all know there's a way around this. Since it ain't going to come up, it'll be one of these ones that tells you it's a sleep place, but it's not. But what we'll do is, let me just figure this out. We normally go to sleep at 9 to get 6 hours. 9 hours sleep, 10 o'clock, 19, 7. 7 in the morning. Maybe I should have saved it before I did this. We'll see. No, we're all good. That's a way around that. Whoa. Surely you're stopping for fuel. What the heck is going on here? Why'd you even bother coming in here if you're not stopping for fuel, buddy? Crash cam time. Oh, hang on. Let's, before we get on the road. Here we go. I just seen the money. First off, let's get ourselves a trailer. It was that one. Purchase that one. That one goes straight to there. And thank you. And we instantly make that one private. So we don't hopefully get any issues. At least we've got a lot of them. I mean, all these guys are still working that, but I now make them private because I don't want to miss out on it. Or have it start doing it again and miss out and not notice. Now, where are we going to go? New garage time. What are our options? Yeah, that was one of the ones we had a problem with. We had a garage there. We probably could. No, we were already in Sweden. And the other one was in there, so we moved it to there. And moved that one to there, I think, and that fixed that problem. But it turns out that wasn't the problem for some reason. It just fixed it. Anyway, here's our options. So get your voting fingers ready if you guys want to let me know where you want to go or want me to go. We're either going into Sweden, Estonia, Lavita. Latest Grand Tour. They drove through here. It was nice. Yeah, in Belarus and stuff. Anyway, Sweden, Estonia, Lavita. We got Czech Republic, Denmark, which I tend to forget about, Belgium, which I forget about as well, Switzerland, Slovakia, Hungary. Actually, it was Slovakia they went to. Slovenia, yeah, around here. Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Albania. And where else? We're running low on stuff. Cyprus is another one. We got the West Bank, we got Syria, we got Lebanon. That's in Israel. Saudi Arabia and Egypt. So we'll run through those again. Sweden, Estonia, Lavita, whatever it is. Czech Republic, Switzerland, Belgium, Denmark, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, which I think I missed, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Albania, Cyprus, Syria, West Bank, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and I believe that's all of our options. I'll give you guys 30 seconds starting now to let me know where you'd like our new garage to be. We've got one for Denmark. Not Egypt, but Denmark. Fair enough, actually. If we can get rid of Denmark and Belgium, then I'll stop missing them. What do we got? 5 seconds left. Any others? Either a green or a mod. If you're going to agree, there's no one else there. All right, Denmark. Okay, where in Denmark are we going to go? Let's have a look. We'll go over to Garage Purchase. Go all the way over to Denmark, and let's hope we're going to have this again, are we? What is and what isn't in Denmark? Where does Denmark start? That's Germany, that's Germany. I don't know if they're Germany though. We've got this issue though, all over that. You need SCS, you need the ability to be able to zoom in this map for this situation like we had down here. Trying to find out what was behind there. We can't get that one behind there. They're all close together. They need a zoom option in here. I mean, admittedly, with their vanilla maps, obviously they don't need a zoom option, right? But someone's got to add a mod where you can zoom in for your map mods, and actually they should add that option because they support the mods, the modders and stuff like that. So I think just to save time and the hassle of not knowing which one it is, I'm just going to pick one myself. Like we did last time. And that way it gets us going a bit too. We're not hanging around. So I'm going to do that. So yeah, I've officially got rid of the voting options for which city we're going to go to. Because of this issue. But we got one more thing to do. So where is it? And have we been there? That is the next question. Let's have a look. We have not. Just think after this delivery we'll be travelling all the way up there. Right, looks like we only got the two companies up there. I'll get my pen ready. You guys can vote on this as well. We'll just assign numbers as usual. So both of these guys were companies we're not with. We haven't got them yet. So if you want us to add those guys into our family, you just type in number 1. And if you want these guys, number 2. And I'll give you guys 30 seconds starting from now. Number 1, number 2, who's going to be part of our family who are going to have the pleasure of having us being their main contractors for delivering their wares. 1 or 2? Bilka or Worth? It's probably not what it says. I think about either of those companies. I'll just vote for 2 because it might be worth more. Good call. So we've got 1 for Worth. I can't remember when the time started actually. I'll give you guys 10 more seconds. Anyone else want to put in? Force me to do a coin toss or anything else like that? Better get the coin ready just in case. There we go. That's who we're going with. Come on, Pen, work. Do your job. You've got 1 job and you just need to do it. Alright, that's that sorted. Let's carry on. What gear am I in? 7th.
Keep left.
I think we're going to end up buying another garage as well in this stream. Me gets the feeling, especially when the trailer wasn't that expensive. What's me cruise control set to? Let's put it back on and see what it says. 82. Okay, let's turn that off then. $90, $91, $92 cruise control. Just making sure I did turn
Right.
unmute the mic.
Keep left.
This one? Looks like it, eh? Might be too small. No, it's no issue for a pro like me. Driver of the year. 1 year in a row. And around there.
Keep left.
Coffee. It's early morning, 7:47. Bad time for a coffee, isn't it? When you're just coming onto the on-ramp, onto the motorway. Right, coffee's finished. That's one less thing to think about. You vote for Denmark. All right, mate. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, we're supposed to be in crash camp for today's driving. Oh, I love the sound of this engine. Boy, do I love the sound of this engine. I think I shall now nickname this truck Katie because of its roar. Girl gang. I'm sort of wondering what kind of response I would have got from that one. Okay, there must be a lag there because that I've just read now, it just came up, and you've posted this one, Mike, 4 minutes after the Denmark one. So Twitch has been twitchy by the looks of it, just for a change. Getting a lot of server errors on a few things, eh? I'm just seriously wondering if there's not a cyber war going on at the moment. That we're not being informed about. Even Call of Duty's having a lot of packet issues, packet losses on the servers. I've seen videos blaming Activision for it, but YouTube's had a couple of issues I've noticed. And Twitch has. I don't know anything else. So don't really go on any other sites, but yeah. Lebanon. This drive has definitely taken a lot longer than I anticipated it would. Maybe it just feels that way. Mind you, the border stops and checkpoints ain't helping, are they? As in... Huh? Well, that ain't happening. That ain't happening at all. How'd that happen? Obviously didn't check to see what time it needed to be there, and the only thing I've got to hope for now is we've got a Mexican map situation with the time. Can I go on that far one? Get out of the way, get out of the way! No, apparently not. I forgot that things are actually a lot closer than they appear on bumper view. Is it doing... I think it's doing that thing again with the braking accelerator. Can we go? Yes, and it's completely empty. Right, we need to Michael Knight this. Is this so good? We've got 3 hours and 38 minutes to get this delivery there in an hour and 50 odd. Alright, we'll go right here because it's only one car and hopefully they'll be shifting. Yep, there. Right, get your scissors ready, Causey, because I am going to be breaking some speed limits. In between checkpoints, apparently. Right, now I'm 30. Holy heck, we've got to knock off 2 hours just to catch up to where we need to be now. Don't you stop there, you... Oh, change. Too busy worrying about blasting my horn. I forgot about changing the range so I can get into a good gear. Oh, now we've got windy roads coming up. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? I think we're good. I think we're good. Get out of the way. That's how we do it down here anyway. That's a normal roundabout approach in New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it here. Keep right, then turn right, and I'm going to need to get ready to drop it down a gear. Ninth gear will be fine. Keep an eye on the back of the trailer so don't take out any barriers or anything, and hope that there's not a car coming around that corner there. Not the best view to do this in, is it? Because I can't see anything. Got to listen out for the old Nokia again. Tommy giving me a call to get him out of jail. I'm pretty lucky that no cars coming along on the other side so far. I'm trying to take racing lines here. Because naturally we'd run into curvy. It's been straight flat roads for the most of the trip, and now we need to get there quickly. We've got curvy roads. in intersections, which I will get into cab for this. Yeah, you see the panic on my face, the intention, the worry, the stress. It's hard being at the top and the owner of the business. What we do have though is a couple of question marks. Hopefully we can get something out of this, because I doubt we're going to make it in time. I think I need at least a 200 kilometre an hour average to get there in time. Because we've got 172 to go and we've probably got an hour to get it there, right? 31 minutes. Hey. Valuable lesson in business. Check the small print. Yeah, I get the feeling we ain't going to make any money, but let me just relieve that stress with some therapy here. Spending money. I'm going to call it shopping therapy, whatever it's called. There was a name for it, I forget what it's called. When you just buy stuff to make yourself feel better. Stuff you don't really need, but you just buy it because you... Retail therapy, that's what it's called, retail therapy. And this one goes all the way up here into the mark of the den. Oh, I forgot to expand it. I'll try and remember to do that. Upgrade the garage is what I forgot to do. Hire a driver, we need, I think it's a female one this time. We went male, female, male, actually. Let me double check that. Yep. I really am stressing and hurrying like it really matters. It's a game. Of course I get a blooming red light. There we go. Here's Tommy. It's not my fault, Joe. Okay, it looks like we're going to go past at least the recruitment agency, which is what we need. We don't really need to find garages, dealerships. There's money on the line. I'll be interested, I am interested, maybe going back and looking at the stream, recruitment agency, and seeing what the day was when I fast forward time instead of sleeping. I wonder if I missed a day. Well, maybe it was an urgent delivery and stuff like that, and just bad timing. Speaking of The Last of Us, I was watching, I don't know where she's from, Mexico or something.
Keep right, and then turn right.
But I was watching this lady, this young lady, reacting to The Last of Us. Doing 3 episodes at a time. With the, I know I'm late to the party, but I'm going to watch it first time reaction. Except there was one bit where she said one of the characters' name before the character's name was revealed.
Turn right.
And for those, I'm saying this just in case there are people out there that haven't watched it, watching this, haven't watched The Last of Us yet, and might end up watching it. But for those that know the show, it was the third episode, the first meeting of the you-know-who's. So you know neither of their names were mentioned as of yet. And she managed to call the right one the right name. Never watched it before. Yeah, well, even saying the name sort of gave a spoiler because I mentioned people could put it together because I hit it for a reason. But then again, I suppose it's only just most of us, the viewership count I've got at the moment, I'm assuming it's all of you guys, main guys, and I know you've all watched it, but yeah, pretty much. She named Bill before, you know, because we get to find out who Frank is first before we get to find out who, confirm it was Bill. So, yeah, anyway, the point of this made me laugh. I don't know why she kept it in, too. But she's watching the stream, next thing you know, she's lifting her leg up and then sniffs her socks on her feet and goes, oh, I need some new socks. It was like, you do, okay, gross. And then a few minutes down the track, she was just doing this thing with her teeth, her front teeth. And then she puts a little caption, yeah, I'm gross. Is it, that's what you call gross? You think that is more gross than sniffing your socks and then going while they're on your feet? It's not Bill and Frank then. Yeah, that's right. Dead right. It's Frank and Bill. The greatest duo since Frankenstein. Come on, come on. Too many checkpoints. How much we've got? 2 hours and 6 minutes still to go. No, but let's talk about my mum. She's got more sense than that. No, it was a reactor. This is not going to go well. I really can't believe how long it's taken us to do this delivery anyway. I mean, I'll try and have a break at 2:30, 2:45, roughly around there, at least get an hour and a half into the stream before I decide to have a break. But I'm going to need to take one after this delivery. Which way it's going at the moment probably will be 2:30 in the afternoon for me.
Keep right, and then turn right.
I'm losing money. I'm losing money. That is the second one I've seen with a negative in front of it. I'm making money. There we go. Maybe I'm not the only one that's making late deliveries.
Turn right.
Which means I can't yell at my workers. I pictured my mum. How do you know what my mum looks like?
Get ready to turn
Like a human? Yeah.
turn left.
That was a good guess. Because pretty much right. Oh, I forgot we were supposed to be in crash cam. Mind you, we're going through all these. I'll jump it back into crash cam. Please tell me that's another recruitment agency we're going past. I didn't actually notice that one until after I said that. I went, oh, there's the question mark there. I was thinking it's this one up here, which is an Iveco. Let's get back into crash cam, shall we? Yeah, because we've got a roundabout coming up. We'll be alright. I'm going to push in. We haven't got time. Jeez, I wonder how much the penalty's going to be. Because we're basically going to be, what, 2 to 3 hours late? Am I going to have to end up paying them? Am I going to have enough in my bank to pay them for being late? I'm guessing they don't account for all the checkpoints you've got to go through. Ooh, not too close. I've got a checkpoint here, and then you've got a passport control up there. Why? Why have them so close together? Don't care, I'm blocking the road off. I just need to get out of here. That one on the right there, is that empty? Yes. Actually, I might start this off in this 5th gear and get ready to instantly change the range so I can go straight into 7th gear. Which one's the best? Now do the same thing again. We're going to stick it into 5th gear. Looks like a traffic jam up here too. Oh, look at this truck, caravan, truck. Hurry up, don't let anyone else get in front of me. Oh, you son of a gun! And I don't mean that in a good way, I just use that, the other word. The brake thing happened again. Doing that. I've got one more thing I could try. Maybe it's the Logitech software. Actually, if I turn that off, I lose all my set up for my keyboard and mouse and headset. Oh, another checkpoint up here. Get out of the way, dude. I'm getting in front of you. Come on, move it, move it, move it, move it. Tempted to cut through that garage to get around in front of him. You love how I'll try and look around past the... It don't work in a game. Yeah, I'm timing this. That worked out well, didn't it? Oh, look at the Lamborghini. I'm just lucky there's no cops around. Time this, perfect. He better be going. Please go to the right. Thank you. I was banking on that car getting off. I'm a shocker, of course, to you, aren't I? I give you hope and then I dash your dreams. Oh no, traffic jam. You kidding? Sneak right in here. Come on, hurry up you, hurry. Thank you. Not that far away. Oh, I missed my chance. I could have snuck into that lane, but I'll probably do it now, actually. I'll even indicate. Do one thing right. Oh, look, a checkpoint for a change. Haven't seen one of them for 3 or 4 seconds. Oh, look at this. This is so realistic, though. The faster you want to go, this crap happens, doesn't it? In real life. You get every single red light, you get the slowest drivers on the planet. You get every old person with glasses that look like goldfish bowls that makes everything look 10 times closer and bigger than it is. So they drive 10 times slower. Only I had a camera at my feet, you see how quickly I'm hitting that clutch. Pretty similar to the way he drives in real life, in a manual. Very quick gear changes I would do. Actually, you can probably hear it. You can hear when I put the clutch in, because the engine note drops down, and then you hear the gas coming back on. There it is. Can we get there without incident? Unlike yesterday. Let me indicate and get into that lane. Look at that, it's almost 232. I used the gears to slow me right down there. I don't think the brakes would have cut it then. I wouldn't have stopped in time from hitting that car. Right, so what we'll do is we'll drop this off. Let me get into cab view for this. We'll travel to our new garage. Mourn the loss of the money that we're losing because of how late we are. And then we'll pick a delivery. Hopefully we've got a bit of a choice with our new contract, so you guys can do a bit of a vote while I go off and have a bit of a bathroom break, which I've been needing for the last 20 minutes. And move, come on, there we go. And have my break now because it's almost 2:30. I can't believe it's taken an hour and a half, that trip. You were late, really? $18,500 or euros. Late 3 hours and 21 minutes. 3,000. Holy moly. What am I hitting escape for? I'll just hit continue. Alright. Let's go to our new garage. Actually, while we're there, table view. Where is it? It'll be not at the bottom. We know that much. Let's upgrade it first. Fantastic. And travel there. No. Are you serious? That is annoying. That is really annoying. What do we got? We don't have a company in here, do we? See if we can't get a short delivery or something to somewhere. Into Turkey would be really good. We're with them. That's going all the way up to there. That's going all the way up to there. They're all going to be long trips. Oh, Greece. That'll be fine. I suppose. We go down there, go back the way we came. We are with all these. That goes into where? We don't have one there either. Syria into Syria. We don't. One into Turkey would be really good. That's Turkey there, isn't it? And we got a garage here. That's fine. I really need to go toilets. Are we with the? No, we're not even with those guys, are we? Damn it. Not with him. We are with this. We are with this. Actually, no. All right, I'm going to have to go, and I'll have my break. And we'll sort out what get here because I really need to go to the toilet. So, yeah, I'll leave it. Hang on, we'll just hopefully leave it here. And when I get back, we might have made some money. I'll give you this view. Have I not? Hang on. I'll give you the view of the traffic because I'm thoughtful. We'll stop here. Yeah, I'll go off and have a quick break, and when we come back, hurry up into mission screen, thank you. We'll go from there, and hopefully we've got a bit of money to come in so we can take a trip. So yeah, I'll be back shortly. See you soon. Right, first thing I want to do, fix my glasses, is we'll go for a drive and unlock the recruitment agency that's up there, right? Which I think is the one to the right, but we might as well go past both of them. Really? Really? I should have looked. I should have known better. There's $400 we just lost. But still, why did it stall? Whoa, 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 whoa. Get into gear. It shouldn't have stalled. I was gotten nothing on. Right. Hello. As I was saying before about the monitors, because I didn't finish that story, I realised that now, and I might have. Too bad, because you're going to hear it again. So, yeah, I always wanted a third monitor, right? Because it'd be nice to have a stream overlay, well, slobs on one screen and able to have Discord on the other, because people send me messages occasionally while I'm streaming, and it would be nice to be able to see them. Or have my internet going so I can check things instead of having them all on the one screen, the second monitor. And this current main screen I've got at the moment is a 4K, about 28 inches or something. But it's 60 hertz, and I want one that's a lot higher so I can get more frames without the screen tearing, which would be really nice. And the company I normally buy all my stuff from had a special on for an Asus monitor, and I'd rather go back to a 1080 because I use it just 1080 because it's a real pain having a screen that's 4K and then another screen that's 1080. It causes a lot of issues. We didn't have the money. Did we? Nothing came in. No big amounts or anything. No. Alright, let's find a delivery that is a short delivery. So, not that one. Where's that go? Not that one. Not that one either. Oh, hang on, maybe that one. We're gonna have enough for the ferry ride. That's the only thing. Yeah, we do. $2 grand. Oh, wow. What's that? Republic of Lebanon, is it? MK, that's sick. Okay. North Macedonia. Alright. You say so? We're not with them. Pretty sure with that, unless I didn't actually check. No, we are with Nestle in ETS. Not with them either. Nope, we're not with them either. So that Greece one's our best option. Which is that one. No, not that one. That one.
Let's do this. At the roundabout, take the first.
So anyway, yeah, so they had a special on for that at the moment for the next 16 days.
Exit
Left
now.
on or something. $80 off. Something like that. And then I looked at that one,
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
I wonder how much that is per week if I put it on hire purchase.
Exit now.
$7 it was. And then I went, no, $5 a week for it.
Turn
On hire purchase, and they went, oh, it's just $5. I wonder if I can get myself another screen. A real cheap
where it ends.
around 20 inch, but 24 is the best you can get now, the smallest you can get, well, at least there. So I found one, actually the same brand. I got my second screen's a Philips, so I thought I'd find the same brand, and I did, and it would cost me for both of them $7 a week. I was tempted, but I'm not sure though. And then I could sell this 4K one. But it is very, very tempting. But then I also thought, well, I'm going to be moving, so there's no point grabbing that. I need to save up for the move, everything I need. Be more focused on doing that so I can get that over and done with, get myself sorted and all that kind of stuff, and then worry about all that. Guess we're all good.
Turn right. At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Look how clear this road is now. We're not in a hurry.
Exit now.
We'll get back into crash cam
At the roundabout,
when we get into a bit of an open road. You know what I didn't do? I didn't check to see.
exit now.
I'll do it now. Mind you, we probably don't need to sleep because we're going on the ferry. 83 hours and 5 minutes.
Find a new route.
What do you mean you find it? This is where you wanted me to go, wasn't it?
Keep right, and then turn right.
Yeah, we should be okay this time. Famous last words, right?
Get ready to turn left.
Oh, did she want me to turn right at that intersection? No, I think this was actually the better way. But I'm sure this is the way she told me to come.
Reroute. Please make a U-turn when possible.
This is not the ferry we had a problem with, is it? Where was that? Remember when we took a ferry and we had to reverse out? Actually, it won't be that much of an issue if it is. At that time, the problem, what right past it? The trailer I had. Oh, so we've got to go to Cyprus, drive Cyprus, which is a bit of a trip, and then, yeah, that's right. You forgot about that?
A new route.
Right, we'll drive through the night. I'll stay in crash cam. I think we'll be alright in crash cam
Turn left.
until we get to the ferry, and I'll figure it out from there.
Get ready to turn right. Turn
comfortable. We're off.
Go straight on.
How much we getting? 11 grand for this, isn't it? Yeah. I'm weighing up. Do we buy a new truck when we get the money, or do we wait so make sure I have enough money to get to our new garage in Denmark? I don't know if that bus was turning or... yeah. The joys have been in this view. The unknown. That was a close call. Jeez. I think I'm better off in 13th gear at this speed. The engine sounds a little bit, well, the rev sounds a bit low in 14.
Keep left and then exit left.
I was going, what? That goes so dark. Whoa, 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 I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that didn't take. Oh, well, yeah, well, considering how fast I was going in the last delivery, one speeding ticket so far on the stream is pretty damn good, actually.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
It didn't take long to get there. I thought it was a lot longer of a drive than this.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
Alright, we'll get into, back into cab view.
Recompute.
Oh, this is the one that's got that annoying... Maybe I should go down the right. This is a entry only. Oh no, it's exit. No other way out.
Finding a new route.
Alright, we're going to Greece, aren't we? Which would be there. 31-hour trip. Well, at the end of this, we should have enough for a couple of trucks and enough to get us to where we need to go anyway.
Reroute.
What have we got? Oh, heck yeah. Alright. Let's buy some trucks. And there. And... oh no, let's go somewhere closer to Denmark, shall we? Two. I'm guessing we can get three. Holy heck, we almost filled it up. We could do one more actually. Gonna risk it. I'm sure we'll be able to make a bit of money, enough money to get there. Surely it's not going to cost us 11,000. I don't know actually. Too late now. We've filled it up. Now we're going to need hire driver. Female Natalie, welcome aboard. Chris. Captain K. Woohoo. What else? And we'll top it off with Martin. Well, 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 my Michelle. You just can't tell how quickly we are going to get new garages in a stream now, can't we? Mind you, a lot of that had to do with the 30-hour trip, I suppose. More than anything. We can get rid of you and leave you up. Back on the right-hand side of the road, aren't we? And I don't know. I just said and for no reason whatsoever.
Turn right. Turn right.
Whoa.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Gonna need some diesel, aren't we? Can we get there? It's a 2-hour and 53-minute drive. Oh, we should be able to get there, surely. We'll fill up when we get to our new garage.
Go straight on.
Not too far, I want to be able to see that red light change. I don't need to now, I just need to see that car move it. And so is that brake on again, or is that just me being really bad riding the clutch? Not getting the right amount of revs.
left.
Okay, you got a red light, have you? Get the feeling my brakes are on. No, they're not.
Keep left.
I thought I changed the range already. I wasn't sure. I thought I did. But I wasn't 100% sure. I was starting to doubt myself, and then I went, no, you must have. I remember doing it. No, I didn't. No surprise there, right?
Keep left.
No, 2 hours. Just seems like everything's longer. Time's slower or something. Maybe it's just me. I didn't. Yeah, see, I knew that was going to happen. Mind you, would have happened if I wasn't halfway in the other lane. But he'd still got in. No, in this game, yes, he still would have hit me, not stopped. Hello, ads. I think it's the first set of ads I've got all day. What's this ad about? A game, of course. A game that I probably won't play. Definitely a game. Yep, definitely a game I won't play. Final Fantasy. Never got into that. Final Fantasy 1000 out now. Surely that's what they're up to, isn't it? Along with the new Assassin's Creed coming out. €8. Pretty sure they don't. Oh no, we're in Greece. Yes, they do use. Do they use euros in Greece? Are they part of the EU? I actually don't know. Come on. Come on, Katie. Just remembered I said that earlier. Come on, Katie, overtake this truck. Come on, let's hear you roar. Oh, let's hear you speed. Let's hear you roar and see you speed. Go over the speed limit. They do, okay. I wasn't sure, eh? I thought, yeah, they must do. It's Greece, part of Europe, but when you look at where it is, I wasn't entirely sure. I think Greece Greece is one of those places, well, I don't know, actually. Maybe it's just here. I was going to say it's like my country. People are aware of it, don't know much about it. Other than orcs and hobbits live down here.
Keep left.
Yeah, hour and 20. And then head up to Denmark. And we'll see if it's worth it. That was one for the people that were here, know what I'm talking about. Mainly Causey. 48 grand. That's right, I was going to try and keep an eye out, see what kind of money we get now. 48 grand, eh? We've come a long way from the 1,000, 2,000 and getting excited about a $5,000 delivery. And then we got the excited at 20,000, now we're almost up to 50. And that was it. Hey! Settle, petal. We have none of that, thank you. Let's not try and start in 13th gear. It won't go well for you. $100 grand, yeah. We're doing well. In the money wise. We don't have to worry about not having enough money this time to get into Denmark. $17,000? Drama. Let's go visit Drama. I'm sure it's a lovely place, relaxing. Sort of a dad joke then, but I was too late to do with Drama. Damn it. It wasn't half bad, actually. It's probably why I was too late thinking it. If it was any good, of course it won't come out in my stream. It's the bad ones that I come up with so quickly and get out in time, innit? Oh, you do that. It's not a race truck. Come on, you were going slow. I just wanted to get around you. Jeez, I was going to say we almost got enough for another truck, but we filled the garage up. We need to save up for a trailer, which we've got the money for now, obviously, and then a new garage and stuff. So I hope we start, if you guys can remember the places we had earlier, like Czech Republic, Belgium. Was it Sweden as well? Syria, Egypt, West Bank, Montenegro, Slovakia, Estonia, Latvia, whatever it's called. Maybe that's what it's called. Maybe I've been getting it right all the time. because we're going to be buying a new garage rather soon. We're actually 40 grand away from a new garage, but we still got to buy a trailer, which I assume would be... Actually, the next trailer was 55,
Keep right.
just shy of 55,000 like the last one.
Exit. Right.
Mind you, we've got to find out how much it's going to cost us to get to Denmark first.
Get ready to turn left.
Brakes! Holy moly! Maybe we need to stop and get some new brake pads. Damage assessment says 8% of something damaged.
Turn left.
638. Don't think of other places. Wait, there's good ones, which was 2 minutes ago, so I've sort of lost the... Sort of been daydreaming, actually. I spent a bit of time making sure I look at chat and there was nothing going on. There's good... Oh, jokes, okay, yeah. Yeah, they are. You just don't look at me for any, that's all. Where do you want this? Right there. Make it nice and tight for me to get out. Thanks. And to get in, actually. That'll be fine. Alright, that's another one done. Before time. Instead of being 3 hours late like the last one. Jesus. Alright, let's head over to Denmark. Yeah, you still don't have enough money. What? Where was Denmark? Which one was it again? That was it, wasn't it? Yes. I'll go back in table view. Let's travel there for 2,000. Oh, no, I was going to say, hang on, didn't we have $4,000 and it didn't let us travel? But then again, we were all the way down in, where were we? Syria, weren't we? Of course it would cost more. First things first. Put the diesel in the tank. It puts the diesel in the tank. With fava beans. And a nice Chianti. No, I'm not going to do the noise. No, my luck, I'll dribble all over myself. It's out of gear. My foot was in the clutch. I put it into neutral. Why is that? I'm pretty sure actually... No, you want to fill up the tank, dude. Yeah. Fill it up first, then start the engine. I'm sure that I actually matched the clutch settings from ATS to ETS, because with ETS I had a lot of graunching of the gears, which I don't have much now, but yeah. I've got the same problem as I do in ATS when I take it out of gear, and according to the game it's still in gear and I stall. Right, we need to find this location. Right next door. Actually have numbers and not just the sliders. Oh, so they put numbers onto it. Like the weather and stuff. And the clutch things, like instead of all the sliders, just having sliders, they're going to put numbers under the sliders, or they're just getting rid of the sliders and having numbers. Which would be interesting, because are they actually going to do something with the weather? Because I swear that doesn't hardly anything. Where's my button gone? Oh, all the way over there. Don't roll back. Handbrake first? Okay. Now press the button. Sliders with numbers. Yeah. No, good. As long as it works, like I said. I mean, I moved the slide around, and when we're in winter and I put it to halfway for the weather, I still think that's way too much rain. So what is it like all the way? But then again, I put it down at a quarter and it just seems almost the same sometimes. Right, what are our options? Okay, time to vote, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Poland or Great Britain. Haven't been to Great Britain for a while, have we? For a long time, actually. Either way, both we have a garage in. So, if you're new to the stream, this is where you get a chance to participate if you like. You can let me know which delivery you'd like me to take. We've got the two options here. They're both urgent deliveries by the looks of it too. And all you need to do is just put a number into chat to let me know. So if you want me to take this one, type in number 1. If you'd like me to take that one, type in number 2. I'll give you 30 seconds starting now. Number 1, number 2. Yeah, as I said yesterday, the wallpaper photo competition might be teasing a weather update. No guarantees on that though. Ooh, yes, please do a weather update. We've got to vote for number 1. We've got another 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone else with a thought? No, that's it. Damn, I was hoping we'd go to Great Britain. But we'll go to Poland. How long's that trip? 16 hours. What's the time? Plenty of time. Not the way I drive. Anyway, let's grab it. Let's not hit the road, eh? And we are not in gear. I've got the handbrake on. I've got to find... There we go. Get yourself organised, son. Alright, our inaugural... Well, our inaugural? Have I forgotten the words already? You know me, most likely. Alright, it's our first delivery for this company. Which is inaugural, isn't it? Ooh, we're going past question mark. Oh, no, we're not. I think that's on the other side, the other road there. And I also think it's a dealership by the looks of it, the size of it. So not much of a loss, but we'll find out. We will be driving past it. We'll see what it is. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Looking good. Looking a bit close. It's a truck simulator game? Oh, gotta check that out when I get home.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Keep right and then keep right. Okay. Oh, I see why.
Straight on.
This is the going straight lane, and the other one's for the crooked amongst us. For the curved. What did you hit? Oh, well done. Mind you, that's probably the only thing I haven't hit in this game, is it? Yet. Everything else. He was just giving me, he did it on purpose to give me a preview of what I'm going to be doing next. Hitting a traffic pole, traffic light, taking it out. Took it out because it was green with envy.
Go straight on.
And I just saw red. See, I told you it was death dealer, and we were on the right way.
Turn right.
We're all good. I don't need to brake.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Exit right. Keep right. Exit right.
Exit right.
Right. Not exactly that clear on the directions there, love. Keep right, which would literally mean take the first right.
And then turn right. Turn right.
I'll stay in 12th gear for the moment. Actually, no, because I'm hitting the brakes. I was thinking of changing the range up, but staying in 12th gear, because then when I go to change gear, I'll go into 13th gear, but I think if I hit the brakes, it chucks it out of the gear or something? Maybe it's an old thing, or confusing myself for something else. Doesn't matter, we'll get into 13th gear now and we'll solve that problem already. Getting a bit peckish. Oh, I'm looking forward to tonight's dinner, ladies and gentlemen. I am really looking forward to making my dinner tonight. I'll be making 4 nights worth of dinners tonight. I'm making myself nachos, inspired after our little Mexican restaurant visit last week. And I used to make it quite a bit, actually, nachos, but I haven't been able to because of the price and everything. But I'm looking forward to it because I love the taste, but mostly I love sour cream. Love it. Didn't eat it for the first 20 years or 30 years of my life. Actually, there's a lot of things I never ate for that amount of time in my life. Now I eat all the time and absolutely love. Cheesecake be one of them. Carrot cake will be another. Among other things. I remember the cheesecake and the carrot cake because after we got back home after the Mexican, sang happy birthday to my mum and we had a cake, and my brother got her a carrot cake, and it was the first time my son had eaten carrot cake too. I told him it was nice, now he knows. Got enough for a... Oh, actually I forgot. Let's get that over and done with. So I don't have to worry about it. It was that one there, which goes in the Denmark one. Right, now all we've got to do is save up for the new garage. But before we do that, let me just get in there and make that private. It'd be nice to be able to use it. I mean, I've still got them, some of them using, because it seems to be more of a problem in ATS than ETS, doesn't it? At least with ETS, I did the whole lot, and because we're having so much issues. Or have I actually? Maybe I haven't. Maybe I've got some of them still going too. But yeah, no, definitely. Definitely going to make them private as soon as we buy them for the moment. And unless I see any other issues come up. Mind you, we haven't checked for a while. Because we've got so much money coming and everything. I actually haven't checked to see if we do have an issue with any of our workers. I doubt it though. If we didn't have issues with them before. Maybe it's just certain trailers too. Because with ATS, when we move drivers around, the drivers would start working, but in the new place we put them, didn't they? But they didn't start once we moved the other ones to stop working and all that. And then when we sold the garages, obviously we moved the trailer that was in that garage to the new garage and what have you. I need to clean the glasses. I need to give them a good clean actually. And I clean them with dishwashing liquid. It works a treat. Yeah, they definitely need a clean. Holy moly! What speed am I doing? Jesus, oh, my eyes are really that bad. Crikey. Crikey, Jim. My eyes are gone. 2,000 meters away. Why don't you just put 2Ks? That's what 2,000 meters is. 2 kilometers. You'd spend less on your signs because you wouldn't be paying for extra digits. You'll never see that here in this country. Never see that. You'll never see 1,000 meters, 2,000 meters. You will see 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer. You might see 999 meters, but then they'll just go, no, stuff, I'll just put 1 kilometer, it's close enough. So yeah, new garage. Where's it going to be? Egypt? Is it going to be in Belgium? Sweden perhaps? Maybe Estonia? Maybe North Macedonia? Bosnia? Slovakia? Levita? Where's it going to be? Syria? West Bank? Cyprus? Albania? Czech Republic? Think. So we're getting close. I'm getting very, very close. Oh, we'll wait until we got the 280 instead of the 180 so we can upgrade it straight away. But I don't think they'll be long. That won't be far off. Yeah, you cleaned your glasses and they're still dirty. But great job you've done there, buddy. Thank you very much. That wasn't me being cheeky. I absolutely thought I was going to make that. I really did. And that was just a, well, I wouldn't say bad judgment call. Bad's not the right word to describe that call. Shocker would be more along the disgustingly bad. It requires 2 descriptive words for that one, I think, to get it close to how bad that was. $1,200. Actually, you would see 1,200. I mean, you wouldn't see 1.2 Ks. Well, how would you? I don't know. Why am I still going on about it? Doesn't matter. Okay. I'll forget about it then. I'll leave it. I won't say any more about it. Minus 296. Why are we having this? Actually, what I'm thinking about is Stephanie G. Stephanie G. Stephanie, wait for a straight line. At least what you couldn't find a job. Stephanie G. Okay, where's Stephanie? And let's have a look at the reason why we've got a few people losing me money from doing a delivery. Stephanie. No, you want driver manager? Yeah, okay. Stephanie G. Stephanie, would that be down the bottom somewhere? Because if it isn't, that makes it worse. That makes it worse. She's not exactly new, is she? Average profit, 425. Current trailer finishes in. Well, she's just finished. She's resting, isn't she? So long. She's lost me profit before. Okay, so it must. No, okay, it must be just one of those random things. Let's have a quick check to make sure everyone's sort of working. They'll be. Oh, what we got here? Well, we've got one. It's red, it's ugly head again. What do we got up here? Okay, you're resting. Oh, that's the one we just checked, isn't it? You're resting. Let's look at your log. Okay, that's fine. You're new too. That's a new one. Yeah, yeah, it's red, it's ugly head again. He's resting. That's fine. He's been working. As long as it's just the one, and you're resting. Well, you've definitely been working. Mind you, you're going to get the 3. Oh, it's probably because she's going long distances. Yeah, look at that, almost 2,000 kilometres. So, Austria is a bit of an issue. How many we got here? 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 of them not working. Linz. Alright, let's have a look, see what's going on in Linz here. Austria. Austria's pretty... No, I don't know if that's new or not. No, I'm on the wrong one. We don't need to be... We need to be in driver. We need to go to the garage. Here we go. So what are you doing? You're resting? You've done stuff before. Imagine if this was just a random thing where they all just managed to arrive at the same to finish their jobs at the same time. You're resting. You're heading back, stop to rest. You're resting. You're resting. Let's just see your trailer. See what happens. While we're here, guys, let's vote now. So we've got Sweden, we've got Estonia, Living the Lava Loca, whatever. You know what that one is. We've got Belgium, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Albania, Cyprus, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, because that one's in Jordan, isn't it? Syria, Lebanon, and West Bank, and I believe I probably missed one out somewhere. Right, so that's the options for our new garage. For when we get the money, which will be soon. Sweden, Estonia, Latvia, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Switzerland, Belgium, Hungary, which I think I missed before, Slovakia, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Albania. Why do I struggle with that name? I shouldn't be struggling with Albania, Cyprus, Lebanon, Syria, West Bank, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, okay, so think away, put what you want in. I'll try and keep an eye out and keep a tab on, and as soon as we get the money to do it, we'll go with the one with the most votes as per usual. So we've got to vote for Egypt, so you've got plenty of time to think about it. I think this is the most I've seen lost money coming in.
Keep left.
Paying people to deliver for them. It's day 230 or something, isn't it? In the game? Good question. I'll try and remember that when we get to where we need to get to in 12 hours, or when we buy the new garage, and have a look at the stats and see what day it is. It'll be actually interesting to know how many days it's taken me in game to get where I am, from humble beginnings to a business tycoon. It's got workers losing their money. Including himself losing a lot of money for being 3 hours late. But nevertheless, the definition of a business tycoon, that's me.
Keep left.
We're going to have a sleep. So I reckon we will buy another garage, and I can't remember the last time now, at this point in time, we got to a place we did our delivery and then got another delivery from that place. So far it just feels like we finish a delivery, we travel to a new garage. Well, I'll say the last time, I can't remember it, but it actually just realised we did it in this stream, and that was only because we didn't have enough money to get, because we'd be doing this delivery earlier if we did, from Denmark. But I mean, that was the only reason, was it, that we got a delivery from the place we dropped it off, because I didn't have enough money to travel to Denmark. But it just feels that way.
Keep
Anyone else feel that way?
then exit right.
Feel like that's all we're doing at the moment? Just doing a delivery and then travelling to a new garage? Doing a delivery, travelling to a new garage?
Keep left.
That's actually what it is, yeah. So yeah, still one for Egypt. Still plenty of time though. Anyone else want to think over where you want a new garage? Yeah, we've got to, yeah. How are we going to approach that? I mean, 2 garages per stream, that should be okay, right? But it's when we start getting 3 garages.
Then Exit
4 garages. That's where it's going to be a bit of an issue.
exit right.
Mind you, I wonder how many garages we've got. What, about maybe 10 garages to go before we've got a garage in every place? Mind you, we start again in the countries, going wherever. I'm not sure whether, once we've got a garage in every country, where we just buy garages anywhere we like, instead of going, oh, we've done this country, another country, another country. And it'd be interesting to get you guys' opinion on this, what you guys think, after we got a country, one garage in each country. Would you want to do that again, go around like we're doing with the trucks? Because at the point, the same thing's going to happen with the trucks. We bought all the models, they ain't going to matter. Actually, yeah, we'll do this for both, actually. That's a good question for both of them. So once we've done that and bought all the models for the trucks, once we bought a garage in each country, should we worry about doing it again, going, oh, okay, next garage we'll buy in this country, then we have to buy it in a different country? Or should we just go wherever we like, wherever you guys vote for? Whatever country. And same with the trucks, you know. Once we go round, will we buy one brand? I suppose with the trucks, going each brand would be fine. Or maybe, yeah. I mean, we've hit the budget limit, haven't we, of 600,000 for trucks. The speed's up at that point. So don't get what you mean there, Causey. Well, I mean, I'd still be happy with people voting which country. Just go wherever. You reckon go wherever? I mean, I think what we'll do after we've done around, because we've done it the last couple of times because it's such a pain. But I think I'll just scrap the voting for which city. Unless there's not many, I'll get you guys' opinion on that. But when we got, like, lately, we've got so many and it just takes so much time to go through. Go through them all and all that. At least with trucks and countries, you guys, and deliveries for the most part. It's a fair amount of participation I'm offering, I think. And then the voting for the cities just takes way too long, and I think we need to get through this. As much as I'm enjoying this, we've still got another 75 garages to buy yet, and then the money. The 100 million we need to save up, which quite frankly wouldn't take that long with 100 garages, let's be honest. Let's buy 100 garage, boom, 2 seconds later, money coming in from all your workers, $100 million. Ah, thank you very much. Competition's over. And I would not be surprised. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if what we're saving up for the next garage. No, actually, but that wouldn't. Well, yeah, maybe. I could actually see that. I could see us buying a garage around the 90, 80, maybe even earlier than that, but definitely around the 80th garage, 90th garage. We just buy a garage and then still have enough money all of a sudden for all the trucks. Drive 2 seconds down the road and then we'll just have enough money to buy 8 more garages and 50 more trucks or whatever it is straight away. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like that at that point. Very interested in seeing it. So I'm guessing the lights working a treat because it's definitely got darker outside. It might have been a good little investment, good little $40.
Keep right.
That should have been invested earlier because obviously now we're going to get into longer days, so, and it ain't going to be used during summertime. Or maybe it will be used during summertime. Oh! Hey, you've been watching me drive too much, buddy. Pulling out in front of people like that. That's my trademark. I don't need to indicate I'm staying in this lane. Yeah, I think it's a perfect light too. I think it's perfect. Then I went in 14th gear. I decided earlier on, in fact I think I made this decision in another stream, forgotten about it, to stay in 13th gear at 80 instead of going to the top gear. There's other trucks I have to do, but in this, man, it's got the power. Cue the soundtrack. If you don't know what I mean, it was a song called I've Got the Power. In my opinion, a pretty good song too. It was very catchy.
Keep left.
Ooh, it's getting a bit cold. I've got a window open. I can feel it around my knees. 212. $88 to go. Sorry, 68 to go. What am I on? Currently my chair.
Keep left.
Keep an eye on the time. Still got another 5 hours, 4.5 hours of driving before we need to sleep. I think I should have actually had the rain slider up a bit more. I think about it, especially with the late autumn, mild winter mod, there should have been more rain. Actually, at the end of the stream, I should whack it up ready for the winter one. So we could have plenty of snow with that ice physics. I better check to make sure that I've got all that updated. I think last time when I was updating the seasons mod, I think all of them but winter was done. I'll have to double check. make sure. The best way to do that, well actually I downloaded them all at the same time, so I'll just go and check the date and time. Well, mainly the date of when I downloaded all the mods and see if they're all the same day. I'm feeling really hungry. No, I didn't even bring out all the chips last night, potato chips last night. Not all of them, I've still got 3 bags. Just what was left in the big bag I had. It's awfully green around here for this time of year, isn't it? Just a lot of pine trees.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Hurry up, car, hurry up, car, hurry up, thank you.
Exit right.
Whoa, that's a tight turn, and how I didn't tip. I have no clue how I didn't tip my truck then. Not a clue. I need to change that. It's just too dark for my liking. Just a reminder, we'll be back tomorrow with ATS. To find out who's leading this competition for this week. And then next week we've got the convoy mode. Anyone wants to join, you're welcome to. I'll redo the full details at the end of the stream. For those who are interested, mind you, if you're not going to be here for the end of the stream, let me know now and I'll wrap it off now. Mind you, I might as well do it, eh? Give me something to talk about. So yeah, if you're new to the stream, welcome. If you want to know what this competition is about, you can type in !trucks into chat and that'll give you the gist of what's going on, what the competition between the two games is, and how we're doing it, or Causey will do it. Thank you, Causey, as usual. And what the hell was that? I saw you put in the command. I saw it come up. What came up after that? That's in the red and stuff as I'm looking at it on my OBS. Of course, it's the GPS from the game. Looking at the actual chat, seeing there's nothing there. I'm just looking at the OBS. Yeah, so we'll be doing Convoy mode next week. We'll be doing ETS on the same day as we're doing this ETS now at the same time, and ATS will be the following day. And go check my schedule page out if you want to join. You can join either one or the other or both. It's totally up to you. If you can make it, let me know, and you can let me know with a DM if you want to come along, and in Discord, and you can find a link to a Discord by typing !Discord into chat. That'll give you a link, and then DM me and I'll give you access to the appropriate channels, which one will have the link to the one mod you need, which is the season mod, and that'll be the autumn. I'll let you know, but it's basically the same mod we're using now, which is late autumn mod, winter mod. You do need to be over the age of 16. You do need to not be an idiot. And you do need to be in the voice chat. You do not need to speak, just to make it easier to give instructions. Listen to instructions so you know what we're doing, where we're going, and all that kind of stuff. And it's getting cold. I need to shut some curtains and stuff. I might do that actually when we vote for the next delivery, which will need to be a short delivery. No longer than 10 hours in game. Preferably under it, because 10 hours in game, if it says 10-hour trip, which is half an hour real time, it will probably end up being an hour-long trip. So we'll look at something around the 5-hour mark, which will be good because it will be a good reference. Mind you, we've still got 5 hours to go on this, and we almost got enough for a new garage. So 5 hours, which is 15 minutes, isn't it? Oh yeah. But you got to allow for all the slowing down, traffic, lights, traffic themselves slowing you down. So maybe this might end up being the last delivery. We've seen a lot of crashes, haven't we? In the stream? A lot of crashes. Fortunately, I was going to say none of them mine, but that's not true actually. Probably most of them have been mine. I should reword it, shouldn't I? We've seen a lot, just as many crashes from the AI as I've done in this stream today. More than usual. Why are we going slow? Caravan. It's always a caravan. No, it's not a caravan. Right, so we had a vote for Egypt. Quickly, anyone else want to put in a vote? We thought about it on that and then sort of forgot transfixing my wonderful entertainment and skillful driving. I'll give me another 10 seconds or something for anyone to say anything. I'll forever hold your pieces. Egypt it is. Port Said is the only one, isn't it? Is it? That's Saudi Arabia. I don't know where that one is. We'll just go safe. And we'll instantly upgrade it. And we've been to Port Said, so it should be safe to assume, though it's never safe to assume, is it? That I can click on Port Said and have a look at what options we've got for a new contract. A new company to join the fray. So what have we got? We've got Arabian Food, I think we're with them. Yes, we are, and Mezkit or whatever it is, they're the newest ones we've got. We're with them. I don't think we are with Sev Logistics. And we're going to have enough to make a bit of a... No, we're not. Not with them. There's a few here. DHL we're with, aren't we? Or is it, am I thinking... No, yes, we are. They were the very first company, and we're with them, aren't we? Causey, I'm pretty sure we're with them. Whatever their name would be. Would their name actually be in the map, or is it just gonna... That's yeah, it's the marina which we're with them. Definitely with them. I'm just interested to see if it does come up with a name. No, it doesn't. They need to put a name on it. They need to, please me. Alright, well that makes it easy. We just got the one option then, isn't it? That's the new. I better make sure we don't have them. I'm pretty sure we don't. That's EV. Logistics. Just out of curiosity, should we check to see what kind of things they ask us to cart around the world with? Okay, here they are. Bit of vodka. Bit of Alienware. The latest fashions for those off-world. Sat-navs. And so... And there's choices too, which obviously will be the next delivery we'll be doing. Let's carry on. Hello, heads. Hopefully it's still there when we're finished. I mean, we've got 5 hours to go plus the 9 hours sleep. So we've done 2 garages again in the stream. And if you think about it, it's not too bad because the previous one we bought was pretty much at the end of the stream. So roughly in the same amount of time, we've bought 3. If that makes any sense to you. I know what I'm thinking about, but you guys are probably going, huh? What are you on about? Basically what I'm saying is, if you take the time from when we bought the last garage on the last stream of ETS, and take the time from then to the end of that stream, and then add it on to how long we've been streaming today to buying this last one, it's probably a whole stream's worth of what I normally do, 3-4 hours. So you could technically sort of say that within a stream we've bought 3 garages, though really reality we haven't. So visit me for all your confusing needs. Number 1, that'll be me. I might need to actually turn that light up. What do you think? What do you think? It does seem a bit darker, but not too bad actually. Shame. I think it's a perfect place for the light. A brilliant place for the light. It's just annoying that now I don't have ease of access to the panel on it, so I can change the light, the brightness and the lights and all the rest of it. Is this? Oh, that's a stoppie too. Okay, I thought that was the drive on through to the other side lane, but it's the little John tax, like the rest of them. Thou shall not pass. There we go. For 60 quid I can pass. It's not, it's euros. We're not in Great Britain, sunshine. We're using euros, not pounds. Right, we need to find somewhere to sleep. I just noticed the time. We could have done it there, but
Go straight on.
we've still got 40 minutes. There's bound to be something somewhere around the place. And we'll have a sleep, and I'll quickly dash off because I need another break, so I can shut some windows and some curtains. Maybe turn the brightness up a little bit.
Go straight on.
And I do think this is probably our last delivery for the day by the looks of it. It's been an interesting stream. Bit of thrills. Bit of drama. We drove past drama in Greece. Do you remember? Well, I missed out on that joke going up and look, there's drama. Look, drama. No, I had it. No, I lost it. It was better in my head at the time. But yeah, for those who went there, it's just there's a town in Greece called Drama. And being 3 hours late for a delivery, which forced me into doing some amazing stunt driving, which worked out pretty well, except for one problem. I was 3 hours late. As fast and as well as I drove, there's nothing you can do about the plethora of blooming checkpoints that you have to drive down or drive through. Damn it, we could have stopped there, I missed it. I missed it because I forgot about it. You're looking at the GPS for way too long there, son. You just about ended up on the other side of the road. Well, I'm clearly not overtaking this truck, and there's nothing worse when you're a driver coming along and seeing this side, right? Trucks taking up all the lanes and you're stuck behind them. I'm going to get in front of them. Because I clearly need to get in that lane by that sign. There is a petrol station coming up. There it is. Yeah, it is. It's really annoying. Oh, Ben, yes, there's a name I haven't seen in a very, 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 very long time. And I would expect a lot better income than that, son. You've been wasn't he one of the first drivers we got?
A new route.
Don't worry about finding a new route. We just
Reroute.
don't just
Never
sit,
mind.
just
Find a new route.
hey, just take a break. That's what we're here for. Take a break, GPS. Actually, I'll get the screen ready for the intermission or be right. I'll just put intermission. Doesn't really matter which one I use. You get the point? I'm not here at the time. I'm busy doing something. And shut that down. Hit that button. I got it. I don't have it. Intermission. And we got some rain. We also don't have much light. We do have money for a truck. So we need to get that. Oh, nice and close. I could almost visit that one. Buy online. And you. And you all the way down here, mate. And we've got our Port Said Egyptian. No, I want recruitment agency. No, I don't, because I've forgotten who was last. Who was last? Driver manager. Table view. Oh, actually, while we're here, Austria. Yeah, they're back up and running. Thank goodness for that. I've got to remember to check that in ATS too. Martin was the last person we bought. Okay, so we're looking for a lovely female to set the standard in Egypt to get us underway in our geez, well, come on, brain, you know these words. Get them together, spit them out of your mouth so people know what you're talking about. We'll get Melanie. Melanie can be our first driver. And our Egyptian branch, yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, branch was the word that I was struggling with to find. I thought I did. Apparently I didn't. All right, I'll leave you with a bit of a view, outside view. You can see the lovely rain coming down and the lights around and maybe the occasional car while I go off and have a quick break and do a couple of things, and I'll be back shortly and we'll carry on with the last bit of this delivery and then we'll find out where we are and what ATS needs to do tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be back shortly. Alright, I've shot some curtains. I've actually turned that light up by two presses of the button. I've shut all the curtains, which I don't normally do, but I thought I'll give it a try and see what it looks like. That whole noise the heck out of me. So disappointed about that. I mentioned it yesterday how that happened. And we're in crash cam, aren't we? In the rain. Let me fix my glasses. Fix everything. And we're off. Right, we've got about 10 to 15 minutes left on this trip, I think. So I probably could have waited before doing all that stuff, but I'm just interested to know. Well, it's getting cold. Don't know why. Apparently the temperature's still 16 degrees, which is very high for this time of year. Actually almost like spring temperatures. Early, mid-spring. But I think there's a lot of moisture in the air which is making it feel really cold. Might follow suit with the car in front of me, get in this lane. I have been thinking about starting back up the Monday, Tuesday streams, which for some of you is a Sunday, Monday evening, which means carrying on with The Last of Us, doing that this week. Thinking about it, haven't committed yet. See how I feel. I would like to get back into them because I've got so many games. I mean, there's like The Last of Us, which we're doing now. I've got the last Metro game there to play because I played the first two, for those that don't know. And plenty of other games I got there which I haven't played, one of which is Red Dead Redemption 2. I've got. I've got one of the Assassin's Creeds. Yeah, hopefully. Which I haven't played. It's the one in France. Assassin's Creed, I was a big fan of Assassin's Creed. I played all the way up to Rogue. Rogue came out same time as Unity, I think, but at the time I only had a PlayStation, and Rogue was originally released for console only and Unity was PC only. And I heard Unity was crap. And then I don't know which one I got now. I love those games. Mind you, with those games I like to get my money's worth out of them, and I explore everything, which would not be enjoyable to watch. Doing the main story would be enjoying to watch. Occasionally going off and doing something else would be okay. But I don't feel right with those games. I'm just so tight with money, and I've spent that money. I will get as much as I can out of that game, and that includes... Don't jump! Whoa, 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 whoa. I was busy looking at that person trying to figure out what side of the fence he was actually on. I know what side of the fence he was supposed to be on, but from a distance it looked like he was on the wrong side of that fence on that bridge then. And as I got closer I still couldn't figure it out. And then I looked down and then, yeah, hello. Cars are stopping. But yeah, I've got that, I've got Red Dead. I've also got Detroit Home something, can't remember what it's called, which was a PlayStation only game. Now I'm not getting into arguments like Xbox versus PlayStations because pointless, PlayStation's better. No, look, I don't care. Become human, that's it. Yeah. The reason I never played on an Xbox is because I just don't like the controllers. It's that simple. I just don't like the way they're set up and layout. That's me personally. And I've always been a PlayStation. I had played PS1, PS2, PS3. And I've always liked the simplicity and the ease of those controllers. And maybe that's the reason why I don't like the Xbox controllers, because I'm used to the way they're set up when I'm stuck in me ways. But what I did like, always liked, even though I hadn't played the Xbox, but I saw the Xbox games, so I had friends who had Xbox and saw them play them. I always liked the PlayStation exclusive games over Xbox exclusive games. The Nick Drake's The Last of Us, the Naughty Dog stuff, There was one called Heavy Rain, which was amazing. The graphic quality were always really good with those games because they weren't limited. When you got games that came out on both consoles, graphics weren't always as good as what the PlayStation could do, because PlayStation graphics cards were better than the Xbox ones, where the Xbox CPUs were better than the PlayStation ones, I think, or it's the other way around, but I'm assuming it was graphic cards because I always found the PlayStation exclusive graphics a lot better than the Xbox exclusive games. And you could really tell the difference. And Heavy Rain was the first one that came out to show what the PS2 or 3, I can't remember which came out. I think maybe it was 3. The capability of what it could actually do. And Detroit Become Human, yeah, I had to check, was a PlayStation exclusive game, so that's why I wanted to check it out. But then again, I've played it on PC. But I also like the games. Heavy Rain was a great game. I really enjoyed that game. And there's other ones as well I can't remember the names of. And of course the last one's great games. The Dick Drake ones were great ones, but I like that type of thing. But they were done well. So I've got that there. The Long Dark is another one I've had since it came out. When they released it just with the maps and no story to it. And it was brutal. It's a survival, if you don't know what it is, it's a survival game set in Alaska after a bit of a natural disaster where the earth is, well, I assume the whole earth is freezing cold. And you're in Alaska, by the way, when this happens, and you've got to survive. And when it first came out on early access, all you had was bits of the map on the game where you got to try and survive, and it was brutal, absolutely brutal. Then they released it finally with the storyline. They released it with 2 chapters. And I played it. I didn't actually finish the 2nd chapter. Then I played it again because they released it, and what they'd done, they added some new graphic animations. They got someone new to do some of the graphic animations. So the beginning of the game was a bit different to what it was originally. And there was some added scenes and storylines added into the first 2 chapters, and they released it with the 3rd chapter as well. I think it was just the 3rd, not the 4th. And later on down the line, they released the 4th chapter, and I don't know if there's been any more. I've lost touch with what's going on with it. Once again, I played it, and I got into the 2nd chapter, but not as far as I did previously. But I'd love to play that game because it's an amazing survival. I like my survival games. And I'd love to get into that. I've also got another survival game which I got when it was in early access and haven't touched it since. And that same thing, there wasn't a storyline to it, it was just about surviving at the time. A bit more to do than The Long Dark when it first came out, just no story to it. Just the beginning, the prologue was there. And that's called Green Hell, which is a survival set in the Amazon forest. And that was quite good, I like that. And I also liked it because they had a lot of the mechanics of a game which I really like called Stranded Deep, which is another survival game where your plane crashes in the Pacific. And I had that when it's sort of early access as well, when it first came out. And I haven't played that since, so that'll have a lot of changes to it. And there's all these things I want to play, plus a lot more that I haven't played. I mean, I got, what have I got? I've got Far Cry 5 there, which I like the Far Cry. 5's the 6, 5, I think. 6 is the newest one, isn't it? Yeah. And I need a reason to play these. Reason to force me into play them and keep playing them to the end, which is what I don't do. I struggle to play games, for those who don't know. These days, for a long time, I've struggled to play games because I had something happen in my life which altered me completely. and who I am. I'm nothing like the person I used to be. Absolutely nothing like it. But that's life. And games were never a problem. There's one for you to press into me. Games were never a problem. I love games. Games were sort of an escape for me. But now I struggle to get into them. And it's one of the reasons why I started streaming, to force myself to get into them. I didn't care about views and all that kind of stuff. I just thought I'd see what would happen. What would happen. It's sort of changed a little bit. I sort of do care about the views now. Not in the way you should. I'm gonna have to guess. I mean, honestly, I do get a little disappointed about how long I've been streaming, and the numbers have been pretty much the same. In fact, at some point there were better numbers, so you sort of can't help take that a little personally at some stages, but I still enjoy doing what I do with the trucking sim and all that, and with the people that do turn up, like Causey, I mean, one, and Mike, and all the people that I sort of met, Aussie Cocker, AC as I call him, Patreon having coming in, all that kind of stuff. And I used to stream, well, I started off, I streamed 6 days a week, then knocked that down, and eventually at the moment I've just got the 2 days. But with the plan, my plan was at the end of it stick with 4 days and that's it. But I knocked 2 days off because I was going through a bit of a bad patch again. But I wanted to at least keep streaming because I had a bit of a time where I had to take 3 months off, and I don't want to do that again. And the trucking one's easiest. It doesn't matter how I'm feeling the day. Once I get in the trucking one, it's a game I'm used to playing, so I don't have to involve too much thinking, and it just makes it easier to stream. So I'm hoping to get back into the 2 days, Monday and Tuesday streams again, which is other games, which would be The Last of Us. I did one stream of that, which I've got sitting on my PC. I never uploaded that to YouTube because I wanted to upload them all together and not have a big gap. So we'll be getting into, hopefully getting into that, and we'll be carrying on with the second stream, which I can't remember where we are up to. I think we just met Ellie, or just going to get Ellie, I can't remember. And if you guys want to watch that and wanted to see the first stream, that will be available on my YouTube channel, where a lot of my past VODs are. And if you want to have a look at other things I've done, just type in !YouTube into chat, and that'll give you a link to the YouTube channel with my past streams of all the other games I've played and stuff. Thanks, Cozy. I am starving. What the hell was that noise? That gave me the creeps. That beeping? I'm going to jump into cab view here. Because it's the same sound. The exact same sound, or pretty much close onto it, as the sound... Okay, you're stopping. Alright. Be that way. I was letting you pass. The emergency texts that we get. For when there's an emergency, like a disaster or something happening. Which annoyingly we get test ones,
Keep left.
which are becoming more frequent, which makes me think, what do they know?
Turn left.
You know what I mean? All of a sudden you get hardly any, and now you get them quite frequently, and you start thinking, well, why do they keep testing it? What do they know? What's about to happen? Hey, Pacho. Hey, buddy. Yeah, goes good, mate. Yourself? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Wait, just can't pick a minute. What's going on here? Do I have to drive into that though? With me Turbo King. Yeah, how's your week been, bud? Been all good? I'm guessing I do have to drive into this. Yeah. What's that called? Yeah, we're at the right spot.
Turn right.
Oh, well, you got the weekend now to settle down. It's probably why you're guessing you slept in. Late to the party. By the way, thank you for that little input. This is the result of the input in Discord that you gave me. No way. Are you kidding me? This is gonna be fun. This has got to be a lot of fun. I get the feeling you are going to be right this time, dude. Gauzy.
Turn left.
This is going to be very interesting. I like it. I do. There should be more challenging ones like this around. Yeah, well, no, it's yesterday I think I was just tired and like because I had it to the side of me, this side, and on my peripheral it was just irritating. Now it's in front of me and I thought, oh, it might irritate me a bit. It's like I got a little bit of a migraine or something, you know, with lights and migraine, which I might have had yesterday. Today, yeah, there so far not so bad. I've had to turn it up a little bit when it got dark, but for the most part it's been pretty good. I think it's been really, really good. But we'll have to see. We'll see tomorrow, depending how I feel on that. But mind you, I did misjudge that. No, I was trying to avoid the car because I thought it was a bit too close to the car. Actually, this might actually turn out perfect. If I just go a bit slow. Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, but before the stream, I'll try and click my neck in, and boy, was a hell of a click today. I'll tell you. Big click in my neck. Need to get past this. And not hit the cars either. This is fun. I don't know if I got the angle right here actually. Because I ain't going to have much room to straighten up, am I? Got all the cars to worry about. No, I've definitely missed this. I'm going to end up getting on that curb, I think. Which might not be ideal. Let's see if we can just straighten up with the what little room we've got here. I love how he's ringing me and I'm outside his front door. If I get this, Causey, I'm guarantee you I'm going to be more surprised than you are. No, I need more angle. See, why can't I just park it here? Why do it has to be that little narrow bit instead just say, yeah, no, here's fine. Ow. There goes my face. Apparently there's no reason why I can't park it here. Well, that made things a little easier, but still, I have to be, I am impressed. I will say it. I don't care. I am absolutely impressed with myself. Only once did I have to straighten up on that. I've had easier ones than that and had to straighten up 500 times. I am absolutely, I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm going to celebrate by having a bit of orange juice that when I did the intermission, first intermission, got this for me to drink and didn't touch it. Forgot about it. But anyway, that's it for today. Let's have a look, eh? Let's write all the important stuff down, like ETS. We'll start off with that and then we'll write, oh, hang on, we better buy some trucks. Might get 2 trucks out of it. Egypt, no, not Denmark. No, just the one truck. Just shy. Oh, that OJ, oh, I love orange and mango. I cannot express how much I love orange and mango. It's a guy in it. We want. Yes, it is. Done it again. Right, let's write that information down. What do we got? 1,000? Sorry, no, 143,410 euros. 27 garages. 132 trucks. So just to let you know, we've currently got 2 garages more than ATS and 7 trucks more. I'm trying to make a prediction as for tomorrow. I think ATS will win again this week. Sort of hoping that ETS does. But I think 7 trucks in a garage and 1 trailer, to be honest, is not enough of a lead I don't think it's enough of a lead for keeping ATS at bay tomorrow. Well, we'll find out tomorrow anyway, definitely. If that is a good prediction, or a right prediction, or incorrect. Not big on mango, but tropical blend is reasonably agreeable. Oh, I love mangoes. I love it in orange. The sweetness is perfect. It's got to be at the right blend. You said this amazing orange juice we used to sell. It was unbelievable. Fresh as you can get. It was almost half liquid, half a meal. It was brilliant. Yeah, so anyway, tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. And we'll find out, oh, yeah, good on your camera. And we'll find out who's going to be the winner this week. And like I said, I think it's going to be ATS, but we won't know that for sure until tomorrow. So if you want to know for sure who's going to be in the lead, turn up tomorrow. So, yeah, anyway. On that note, big thank you to all of you that's come along. Whether you've been and gone, still here, watching after the fact, either on the Twitch watch or the YouTube edits. And you can find my YouTube edits on, link for it on my About page. Or you can type in ! YouTube into chat like Causy's already done. And yeah, go and have a look. See if you've got anything there you might like to watch or not. It's totally up to you. Costs you nothing. Head over there. And yeah, so I suggest if you're watching this on a Twitch VOD, you want to check it out, use the About page link. I suppose you can type it in chat. You still use chat, eh? Anyway, I'll give you the 2 ways to get there. So yeah, I'll give you twice the option so you can take either direction. What else is there? Big thank you to Causey, as always, keeping me company. There was Mike and Kenneth. I haven't seen him for a while popping in. That was awesome. Was there anyone else that was chatting away? I think that was about it. And of course, Patio at the end there, popping in, saying hello. What else is there? Oh yes, just to remind you, this is the last ETS stream with the autumn mod for this time round. We'll be heading into winter, and that'll be in 2 weeks' time. Next week, we'll be doing the ETS Convy mode, also ATS the following day. So once again, anyone wants to come along and join that, you can. You've got to be 16 and over, not be an idiot, and you need to be in voice chat. You don't have to talk in voice chat if you don't want to. It's just better for the instructions. And if you want to come to either one, be part of the Convy mode and ETS, ATS, or both, you're quite welcome to come both for an hour, 2 hours, or for the whole stream. It's totally up to you. Head over to the link that Causy's put in there for the Discord if you're not already there. DM me that you want to join. Let me know which one you want to join and able to join. Check my schedule page out to get your local times, by the way, to make sure you can make it. And then I'll give you access to the correct channels, and there'll be a link for the one mod you will need. The rest of them on Steam Workshop, so they'll be automatically added. But the one mod you will need is the autumn mod that we're using, which will be late autumn mod winter. It'll give you a link to that site. Have a look if you've never been there and you play the game. There's season mods there, summer, spring, winter and autumn or fall for both ETS and ATS. And a couple other mods. If you play ETS, there's Paris Rebuild, which I use as well. There's ATS, there's Real Companies and a few others. Plus with the winter mods you get physics and a couple other options and whatnot. Anyway. Alright, on that note, take it easy, look after yourselves, enjoy the weekend, it's upon us all, and hopefully I'll see you in the next stream, but if I don't, I will see you when I do. But yeah, until then, take it easy, have a good one, have fun, look after each other, and we will see you later. Well, hopefully tomorrow, but whenever. Anyway, what are you still doing here? Go away, be gone, we'll see you later, bye guys.